Yo, what's going on, everybody? Wizard101 here, y'all guys coming the Tiger, and today we're back playing some more Wizard101. Today I'm on my Ice Wizard because I'm going to make a video just kind of showing my stats, how I got my gear, and where I'm at progressive-wise on my Ice Wizard. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Now, there is some pieces of gear that I do switch out every now and again, depending on the situation, so I will be showing that off as well. But looking at my main stats that I usually have, I have 2,870 health. I have 322 mana max, and then 70 energy, which is about exactly where it needs to be. Damage wise, I have 13% universal damage for everything, 42% for ice damage, which is pretty good for a level 40 ice wizard. I have 20% universal resist for everything, but then I have 44% resist on fire and storm, which is the two main hitting schools, which is pretty good resist to have. And once again, especially at level 40, I think that is just incredible. And then 6% ice accuracy may not be relatively high, but when you put into account the fact that ice spells, you look at them, just attacking spells have about 80% accuracy, so I'm at 86% accuracy right now, which is, honestly fairly close to 90 and then to 100. So I'm not really looking for accuracy that much. And then going back to my stats, I have 11% incoming healing and then 8% outgoing healing, which did used to be bigger, and it will be bigger soon. Well, like I said, that varies depending on what kind of gear I'm using. So if we're looking at my power pip chance, I have 44% power pip chance, which I think is pretty good, and then of course 0% shadow pip chance. But going straight to the gear, I have the Senator's Mantle of Winter, which is from the Senator's gear set that you get from farming Mount Olympus. This is the lower tier set of gear from Mount Olympus. But looking at the Senator's Mantle of Winter, you got 220 max health, 3% power pip chance, 2% universal resist, 8% fire resist, 3% ice resist, and then 8% storm resist. Pretty good, especially level 30. This is farmable from Mount Olympus at level 30. And this is once again part of the Senator's gear set, which is the lower set from Mount Olympus. Going over to robes, I actually have the Zeus Raiment of Flurries, which is the higher tier set from Mount Olympus. This is from the Zeus gear set, which is above the Senator's gear set, like I said. And looking at the Zeus Raiment of Flurries, we have 354 max health, 4% power pip chance, 10% fire resist, 5% ice accuracy, 8% ice damage, and then a whopping 8% incoming and an 8% outgoing healing boost, which is really good when you're healing yourself and others. And then 10% ice resist, 10% storm resist, sorry. Once again, hitting that resist with the biggest hitting schools, which is pretty good. Ice damage phenomenal, health phenomenal, and then the incoming and outgoing healing boost is phenomenal. This is part of the Zeus set from Mount Olympus, the higher tier. This set is harder to get, which is why I only have the Zeus robe. But that's where you get that. And looking at my boots, I have the Senator's Wintry Sandals, which has 135 max health, 4% power pip chance, 3% universal resist, 6% fire resist, 1% ice resist, 2% ice damage, and then a 3% incoming healing boost, and a 6% storm resist, which is, like I said, still knocking out the two biggest hitting schools in resist, and then providing a little bit of incoming, which is pretty good. And this is, like I said, part of the Senator's gear set from Mount Olympus. Looking at the wands, we got the best wand at level 30, which is, in my opinion at least, which is the Sky Iron Hasta. And you get this every time you do Mount Olympus. I was just going to see for Mount Olympus farming, you get one every time you do Mount Olympus. I have like 7 or 8 of these on my Ice Wizard. So, pretty crazy. But it gives you a whopping 10% damage universal. So, no matter what spell you're using, if it does damage, it is affected by this wand. It's an incredible wand to have. And then it gives you the 6 minor fire scorch one hit cards, which it's alright to have, but it also, the biggest deal besides the damage in this is also it gives you a power pip right at the start of the battle. It doesn't give you a regular pip like ones that come before it. It gives you a power pip, which is really nice to have. And I believe this is the ice one here for Headmaster Staff. So just comparing this between the Mount Olympus one and the Headmaster Staff from the Professor's Horde pack, as you guys can see, Mount Olympus just easily knocks it out of the ballpark on this one. So I would definitely recommend that you do Mount Olympus at level 30 to get this gear. Pretty good. This is the part where my gear swaps out depending on the scenario. So looking at themes, we have the introspective knife, which I just started using this recently. It gives you 218 max health and 134 max mana, and then 4 jewel sockets, a tier, a circle, another circle, and a triangle. And the tier and the circle automatically unlock. So if you want to socket some health, or I believe some crit for circle, if you wanted to do that, that is up to you. That is your options there. And I just picked this up in the bazaar. I have honestly no idea where you would get this, but I just picked this up in the bazaar. It is level 35 plus only for ice. So once you're this level, you can pick this up. Pretty good. And then another one that I have that I actually forgot I have is the Clanker's Lifeline Dagger. I've used this every now and again. I've swapped in and out. It has the 6% incoming health boost and then the 7% outgoing health boost, which is really good, you know, if you're trying to be a healer to help out your team and then help you out. And it comes with a unlocked tier socket for extra health, and then the circle socket that is locked, you can equip, I believe, the crit stats to that if you want to. And then the Dagger of Deliberation. This is another one that I've been using, especially if helping out somebody else. This one gives you 110 max health and 9% outgoing healing boost. And circle and triangle lock sockets. This is level 35, and I picked this one up in the bazaar, I believe. And here is another Atham that I actually don't know where I got. I just know I have it. This is the Hero's Deck of Regard. And this has a whopping 10% incoming healing boost and a 11% outgoing healing boost, along with a tier socket to add some health, and then triangle for power up chance, etc. This is once again one of those really good Athams to help your team in and out. I didn't actually know I had this one until like very, very recently. So I've been kind of, you know, like I said, moving back and forth depending on which Atham I need for whatever I'm doing. Going on to amulets, you know, nothing special at this level. There's not really any stats on these. You can equip jewel sockets, so I guess it would depend on just whatever jewel sockets you're looking for, and then whatever spell. I swap out between all of these, like I said, depending on the scenario. Over here are rings. I'm currently using the Stone of the Ice Drake, but like I said, I do swap out around every now and again. For this ring, I picked this up in the bazaar. It gives you 229 max health and then 90 max mana, and then an open circle socket for, I believe, crit, like I said. So definitely a stat right there. And then a ring that I'm going to be using soon is this level 45 Mana Veda ring at 200 max health, 9% incoming healing boost, and 9% outgoing healing boost, along with 3 open jewel sockets, tier, circle, and square. This is a crown shop only ring, and I believe one of my viewers actually gave this to me, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you for gifting me that way back when in one of my Mount Olympus streams. But that's currently the main ring I'm using. I believe I discarded all the other rings I was using. So then, coming up, we're going to skip over to deck. And then this deck, I just kind of swap out back and forth between whatever I'm doing. My boss deck, I currently use the Deck of Intent, which is max spells 40, max copies 3, max ice copies 6, and a sideboard of 13, and a locked tier jewel. And then, for my main deck, I use the O'Leary's Deck of Winter, which is a max spells of 35, max copies of 4, max ice copies of 5, and then a sideboard of 12, and a locked square socket. Both of these decks are actually outdated. I'm pretty sure I can find better ones in the bazaar. I just haven't got around to doing that. And then both of these can be found in the bazaar as well. So definitely, if you go deck shopping, go to the bazaar, without a doubt. And then probably one of the more challenging things about my gear is my pet, Misty, which is a freezing Rancor. I got her from hatching through the hatchmaking kiosk in the pet pavilion. As you guys can see, she has double damage, double resist, and I socketed an extra damage talent right there. And as you guys can see, she gives an Ice Blade, she gives the ice version of Supercharge, and then she gives Bale Frost. So looking at her stats, I have Ice Giver, Ice Dealer, Spell Proof, Spell Defying, Spell Bringer, 6% ice damage, 9% ice damage, 10% universal resist, 5% universal resist, and then 3% extra damage that I have socketed to it. So as you can see, this is the gear set that comes out and will equal to these stats right here that y'all guys see on the screen. If you guys have any questions about where to get this gear that I didn't cover, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Now that we got the stat perspective out of the way, just gonna talk a little bit more about my questing and my live streams. So I live stream my ice questing. If you guys don't know, I live stream every now and again. I did a bunch of Mount Olympus farming streams. I did streams from Croc. I'm currently doing some streams in Mushu. I did some streams in Marleybone, and we're nearing Dragonspire. Looking at my quest progress, I'm currently on the Orkala Locksmith quest in Mushu, which is in the Village of Sorrow. And I believe this is towards the end of the Village of Sorrow, so I should be going to the Tree of Life, and then the dungeon, and all that good stuff. And then hopefully we get to the quest where we can knock out the Jade Ani in my next live stream, or at least that's the plan. I can't entirely remember the Mushu storyline, so I'm just assuming that I'm getting close. And I'm actually just really excited for how my Ice Wizard came out, because honestly, before I started live streaming him, I just thought I was going to end up deleting him to make another storage wizard, but I decided why not give it more of a shot, and I'm really happy I did, because now I have this Ice Wizard that you guys received for me, and I really do have a lot of fun when you guys come in and join in my live streams. I really do appreciate all the help y'all guys give me, everything y'all guys do. I just honestly, I love questing with y'all guys, whether you be a max wizard or a level 40 like me doing the quests as I go. I just really do appreciate that. It is just really fun hanging out with y'all guys, and I love doing YouTube videos and making YouTube live streams. And I know that I don't really have a lot of time to do this, and I can't take it seriously as a career. This is a hobby, but it's just something I love doing. And I thank you guys for all the support you've given me in the ice questing journey and on my videos elsewhere. As for the future of my Ice Wizard, what I really want to do with this wizard is just go a little bit more, I guess, away from what I do on my other wizards. My Ice Wizard is basically my wizard that I'm with y'all guys on. Just about everything I've been doing so far, I've done on live stream. Every now and again on my quest off stream, but it hasn't been like ridiculously much. I've just been keeping my Ice Wizard on the live stream status. And I currently I want to do that. I want to go all the way up to Imperia and live stream my Ice Wizard. So definitely a lot more streams will be coming along in the future with my Ice Wizard. And just looking at, you know, my gear, I'm wearing the Mushu gear. I'm actually going to stitch my gear as we go along until we get to Darkmoor, and then I'll probably stop stitching gear. But I think that'd just be a really fun thing to do as we move along, just kind of showcase my progress. But I'm really excited for what the future holds. I am just really proud of my Ice Wizard in general, and I'm just really happy to do the live streams with my Ice Wizard with y'all guys. It means a lot to me. But that's going to wrap up this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I really do want to do live streams more on my ice, and also I want to do a Lore Master stream as well to hopefully get Reindeer Night before the holiday season is over and that spell goes away from Lore Master's drop table. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Until my next video, I will see y'all guys next time. White Tiger 93 out.